Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out. Before starting, I'd like to thank the International Trade Center, Mr. Whaley, Mr. Val Thompson, for giving me this opportunity. I knew you had a lot of options. You knew a lot of leaders and well-qualified speakers out there, but you chose me. And I'm very grateful for that. And this is a topic that is very dear to my heart. And I also thank each of you for your continued support of this place. This is where I started. This is where we can make things happen. And to thank you, my topic today is about international business opportunities. And there are 3 areas that I want to share with you to help you to have an awareness and an appreciation of international business. Number 2, why should it for you? And number 3, how should you get involved? And on a bonus level, because you came to listen to me, I want to offer some personal effort to help you with my international connections. When hearing international business, what comes to your mind? What does international business mean? Let me ask this journalist from Fort Bend. Well, what does international business mean to you? Very quickly.
Opportunity, without doubt.
Okay. How about you, Ms. Downey?
More than one country, more than yourself.
Okay, that's good. One more.
Same thing, opportunity.
Okay, one more thing. Yeah, one more person.
Interaction with the business of the global community of the world.
Wow, global communities. I don't know why, but to me nowadays, I have sent, I know a lot of people. One of the things that I'm proud of the most is my contact. I got about 20,000 contacts. Several people email me and said, Danny, I'm sorry, but international is not my realm. It's not my business. Wow, that's an amazing statement. You know, the traditional international business definition, when you hear about it, you think about big cooperation, somebody who have unlimited amount of resources. They send expatriates to different countries. They have hundreds of thousands of dollars to conduct a feasibility study. Import and export companies. Those are big companies, not us. But you know what? It changed. It's point changed. And I'm here to testify to you from experience. I have got involved in international business 15 years ago. And you know, before, yes, that was the case. Who would have the money and resources to go to different countries? Who had the money to call, to talk to people from overseas? You remember the old days when somebody was on the phone and suddenly you were having a conversation with him or her, and he said, I have a long distance call, and suddenly everybody in the room was quiet. And I don't know why we do that, you know. And nowadays, people told me that. I said, you are crazy. Long distance is free. And you have a commitment to talk with me. Finish my conversation first. You know, think about it. With the ease of technology, with social medias, you know, you can convey your products and messages to every corner of the earth, just like a big corporation do. Yes, sir. With the ease of transportation, now you can sit on an airplane after a long sleep, or watching a movie, have a good meal, and haven't read a book. You'll be there in Beijing. We have direct flight. With the deregulations, you know, the whole world tends to make it easier for international business. The EB5. So today, I'm not talking about opportunity for big cooperation. Last year, I had the privilege to lead a delegation of 40 companies, big company with World Bank, so that because of my connection with high government officials in Indonesia and in Vietnam, so we came to introduce these big guys with the big cooperation, decision makers and counterparts, and I've done that. But today, I invited you. This topic is about for you and me, for small business people. who have a product, have a service, or an expertise that you want to broaden your buyer. You have more buyers. For those of you who want to have more options to purchase inventories or buy products from another sources instead of locally, so that you can save money, so you can be competing competitively. That's what I'm talking about. But sometimes I think it's funny. If I ask you, let's see, if you have a restaurant, if you have a business or product, are you telling me that you are, Danny, I'm not international, I'm a domestic business? What the heck is domestic business? Domestic business, are you selling to an American domestically? You sell it to Texas only? You can only sell to me because I'm from Houston? You see what I'm saying? Let's say if you have a place, a restaurant, and because of my connection, because it's a Whaley connection, we do events all the time. And are you telling me that because of your connections, I decided to put that, let's say an ambassador from Vietnam, Indonesia, and China come, a delegate to come and use your facility? That is international business. Are you going to tell me, no, Danny, I'm only domestic? So would you agree with me? International business should be for everybody. We have to get that out the way first. Think about it. Starting from the street that you live in. There's some people who are your neighbors. You couldn't even pronounce the last names. I mean, they don't know. You couldn't even tell where they're from. And then from work, you go to work, you see people from all over the world. You go to church. As a matter of fact, a smart region should call international church. Because I don't see any local or domestic church. Are you telling me you only accept people from locally? So international business is not a big deal anymore. I remember when I was in college. That's about 18 years ago. I may look young, but I'm a little bit older. I'm 46 years old. So I do have a little bit of experience. And I remember I love international business so much, and then I formed an international entrepreneurial society so that I can bring all the international business students together. But it seems to be a buzzword. Every time you hear the term global village, this and that, and this sounds so big. Who has the money and resources to go overseas? That international business that we used to talk about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, is now, the present is now. Today is the day that we talk about it. We're living it. We're experiencing it. Of course, there are different forms of international business. Okay? We have here, at least there are three. Inbound delegation, outbound. You are aggressive enough that you join a delegation to go overseas, to search for market, to sell your product, to sell your services, expertise. Another form is inbound trade. As a matter of fact, I'm so grateful. I don't know about you, but we came here as a political refugee. Very humble beginning. As a Vietnamese political refugee with my father, with nothing. We escaped from Vietnam, and it took us 25 days to be on Pacific Ocean, and spent almost 3 years in concentration refugee camps in search for freedom to be in America, just to be here for the opportunity. And sometimes having the opportunity is one thing, but what do you do with an opportunity is a totally different story. If opportunities in itself make you successful, why then you see a lot of homeless people out there? So taking advantage of the opportunity and using know-how is the key of success. How more fortunate could we be? People around the world are coming to this city every week, every month. Where else? You see a city with 96 consulate offices. 96, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this room. Look at this. People are highly motivated to do business with us. And the time that we used to be so arrogant, I have an opportunity to travel in several places. And, of course, I'm a Vietnamese, but I'm American citizen now. I'm proud to be an American. When we go overseas, when we go overseas, but, come on. I don't care about an American with an ego problem. America now is not your America now. Should have the respect to people around the world. Things change. Things change. I had an opportunity personally witness leaders from county judge, from mayor, from senators, how they treat a local leaders because of our economic developers, the developments. And this is from Alice Parker. Just the grain that are under construction, they have more of those than building in America. I'm saying this not to downgrade our role. I'm still proud. I still believe this is the land of opportunities. I think we are still brave. This is the land of the free and the brave. We are that. But when we change a little bit, we're going to see more opportunities. The fact of the matter is that the dollar is losing its value. So because of that, all the developing country purchasing power start increasing, which is good. You don't want the world to be poor forever. Because if they're so poor, that we must be the one who give the money, right? So now, China, Vietnam, Indonesia, all the people from around the world, they have the money, they have the purchase power. Isn't it the time that we look at them as a counterpartner, someone that we sell product or services to? You follow what I'm talking about? Are you with me? Yes. They have the money. They got the willingness. And this international business is for even someone, even you're not a business owner. My advice for you, even you are a jobless guy, international business should be for you. Why is it that you have to limit yourself in a job opportunity locally? Why don't you just step up and see how your skills are being valued from the world, where the world becomes a one place, global village. You are so, my English is not that perfect, but I'm very grateful for it. But for those of you who were born over here and speak English so well, do you know that? As an American who speaks English well, you can easily get a job from some developing country, get highly paid, well respected. Everything will be taken care of. You even have a taxi driver. And your wife will have a jet to come to see you twice or once a year. So why are you over here compete with all your counterpart, to get that one availability? Step up. You're not domestic. There's nothing domestic about you. International. If you want to have more buyers, if you want to make more contact, then I want you to be absolutely comfortable with the terms. International business, not a big deal. I am an international person. The next question is that now I can convince you, hopefully, I've seen some of you are not in your head. So you believe that this is for you. Then the next step is how to get involved, right? How to get involved in international business. I don't know anything about international business. Well, for those of you who are non-Asian, we have the advantage sometimes from the international because we came from a different country. But those of you who were born and raised over here, the mentality of it is important. How do you see the people who come into this country? Do you see them as a threat and opportunities? Are you seeing these people from everywhere else coming over here to compete job with you, compete opportunity with you, compete with your children in school? Or you can look at it from different angle. Oh, these people, oh my God, they came in. They have something to offer. They have demanded like all of us. When they came, they need to buy a house. They need to buy properties. They have to go to the grocery store like any demand. Isn't that the presence of this new group would change the dynamic of a city? And now you have more options. Instead of going to lunch with only one option, eating hamburger and hot dog. Now you can have a choice. You can eat dim sum or noodles or spring rolls. I think diversity is good. But ironically, socially, people accept diversity. But in business, people get it. It should be a case. I mean, you have to embrace it. You know, one thing about fear is that you have to embrace fear. I appreciate your comment earlier. You know, I told my friends and people around me every day, I don't think I'm the best smart guy or anything more intelligent than you. One thing I have is my courage. My courage to do the things that I believe is right. You know, right here in this place, I used to have a Vietnamese, the represent the Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce. And you know, because of an international business person, I reach out to people from all over the world to do business. And Vietnam, of course, even though Vietnam is still under communist, but I embrace them. You know, a Vietnamese consulate office came to America. They come to Houston. They reached out to me. The ambassador of Vietnam came, and they had a panel discussion in Greater Houston Partnership. They invited me to help to facilitate trade. And you know, it was not easy at all. You know, I was thinking about it. I said, wait a minute, not too long ago, I was running away from these people. If they had caught me, they put my father and I in prison. They were communist, they could have shot me 3-year concentration camps. But now you're asking me to help you to do business with America. And I asked my father. My father said, Danny, don't you ever do that. You know, you stay away from them. I am a soldier. And everybody advised me. But I think differently. First of all, I said, wait a minute. China used to be communist too. Oh my God. Can you imagine the possibility of the U.S. not doing business with China? Just think about that negative consequences, a negative impact that we may have had. And you know, after a couple of nights of lose sleep, I said, yes. And then this is my mentality. They are communists, right? But the fact that they want to come to your country, your city, they want to do business with America. Just like a bad guy coming to your house. They want to be a good guy. Are you going to turn them down? And then I decided, this one event, it turned my life upside down. You ask this man, he witnessed. You ask my friend, they protest the Vietnamese community. Not everybody, okay? I mean, they protest me with flag. They call me a treason. They call me all kind of names. You know what I mean? But I think about it. I said, wait a minute, even though I'm from Vietnam, but I swear, when I was accepted that elected official position, I swear, I am loyal to the Constitution and the best interest of the United States. And then the United States of America want to reach out to do business with people from all the world so that we can create prosperity, create jobs for our people. And wait a minute. So am I being hypocrite? Say, oh, I'm not elected official, I'm a Vietnamese guy now. You know, the past, so I think we should, the communists and all that, we leave it behind. The fact that they came to do business with us, and one simple fact is that, you know, doing business with China and Cuba, or whatever capacity that they can do is a great thing. Because the very definition of communism is socialism. And we are free enterprise. Are you telling me that if I help to create job and prosperity, to own land, to own your own buildings, and I'm communist? But I lived with it for several years. But finally, I am very grateful to American people. On my election day, a small group of people brought a flag. Instead of the Vietnamese community support me, they put a flag. They said, they have my big pictures. And said, Danny, shake hands with communists. But you know, nothing is bad things. Nothing. I had 3 opponents. And 3 of them combined had less vote than I did. And sometimes I told my friend, I said, I'm so thankful. I mean, I don't know why they put my picture, kept my picture walking around, you know. And all the voters, they just saw Danny win. So everything has a price to it. Can Can you imagine? You are sitting right here in the international district. But I like to take you back 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It used to be thousands of acres with nothing on it. Tall grass, cornfield, and cows. And when you have cows, who knows what you might have on that land, you know? And because of the vision of somebody, and now for those of you, my office is located right at the corner of Dollar and Bella 8 on that glass building. And a lot of my quote-unquote American or non-Asian friends, I said, Danny, what happened to this area? Oh my God, it's just like the city popped up overnight and like a transformation. It used to be cornfield. It used to be the Southwest. And look, you can see, if you take Bella 8 and Belair at the center point, if you go west, 1 mile west and 1 mile east, you can easily find 10 different restaurants, from Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, Malaysia, Thai, India, you name it. Even American McDonald's and Denny's too, okay? Don't forget American pizza too. And even we had Starbucks down the road. So think about it, okay? It used to be vacant land. But today, one by one, because of the determination, the vision of somebody, because that's the leverage, because we have international communities in America. And each of these leaders, each of these movement shakers who live here see the potential. Oh my God, why the land is so cheap? And this man was so smart, he bought this land when it was nothing. And then now I asked to buy it, he wanted to increase like 800%. What was the difference? The difference was that, somebody saw it. They don't see a piece of land, but they see something in it. And because I'm pretty sure he did not automatically buy this huge tract of land. He had to, some broker out there, identify the land for him, and we have to go back to the seller. Hey, please sell it, please. And I have a good buyer. Then after that, then you put the two together with the transaction. But it's not over yet. You have to go to the bank. Hey, banker, can you please help me to finance this deal? Hey, no, you're talking about something off ground. This is a cornfield, and you talk about building, and you talk about international, all that. They don't believe you. But the determination, the vision of getting resources. So each vacant of land turned into shopping centers, turned into office building, turned into hotel, and restaurants. And the very moment that we have that buildings up, we provide services and products to local people, which normally they don't find. They probably have to go to West Hammer to eat. The moment that door was open, some employees were hired. They got a cook, they got a cashier, they got this great job for the areas. And the moment that improved buildings were constructed, the local government will enjoy the benefit. Called revenues, because more than 50% of the city's revenues are from property taxes. And because of that, it's had a domino effect, and one building, the land keep increasing. Now you don't see any more land. You can find, if you find any land in the prime area over here, $30 at least. $30 per square feet is outrageous. That's why a lot of appraisers call me. They ask for appraisal. Because when it comes to this area, there's no rules and regulations. It's crazy, and based on supply and demand. So that's what international business is about. If you're not highly motivated enough to travel, then they will come to you. But before coming to you, you have to make some effort to get to know them. You may not know them directly, but somebody, Whaley knows them, Val Thompson knows them, Don Lee knows them. Be friends with them. I'm so grateful. As a matter of fact, 3 weeks ago, I was invited to a huge event, the Kwandong Association. Thousands of people attended. And the privilege is sitting just right next to Annis Parker, Madam Consul General, Don was there, and a lot of leaders. Because somebody take me in. It's called leverage. And a lot of people may say, Danny, I hate to use people. What a dumb thing to say. You know, please use me. Use me. Use me as much as you can. You know, why I went to college, when I graduated, when I have talent and skills, the thing that you should be afraid of most is being useless. Use me. If I can. I mean, can you imagine the whole world using you, waiting in line? Can I use you? I think you'd be richer than Donald Trump promised you. So leverage, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, because let's say you want to tap into, we have by the way, do you know that we have 136 languages have been spoken in Houston? 136 according to the Board of Education. Each day there are 2,000 something people coming to Texas. And I don't have this statistic, but I bet you for $1, I would say 20% of those are from foreign born or somewhere. I hate to lose that $1, but I bet you surely for that. And then they start coming, Increase purchase power. Whether you like it or not, I feel so sorry for those who hate it. Because change is part of the universe. You just embrace it. Maybe you take some time to talk to that old Asian lady who couldn't speak English and all that. I mean, maybe you can find something interesting about her. You know, I used to be so intimidated. You know, I work on my English to improve my articulations every day. But I remember in the early days, nothing is more painful than every time you speak, and then the guy said, what? And then you start losing confidence. And then I try again. He said, what did you say? But you know, eventually I found out that's not me. I tried already. And then now I said, what part don't you understand? Okay, now break it down. Break it down. You don't understand the subject, the verb, or agreement, the proposition. What part don't you understand? Don't fool me. You know, if I'm willing to change. But you know, you may want to change your frame of mind. Take off that glass. Because when you see a foreign person, you see nothing. Your mind starts wondering, oh my God, where the hell is from, and why he's here for, and all that. And you don't see a word that person said. Why don't you take some time to talk with people in the neighborhood? They may have something to offer. They may take you to the event. They may introduce you to a potential buyer, a potential partner. How much more time do I have?
How much more time does it have, Mr. Lee?
Okay, 5 more minutes, that's it. Okay.
We got dinner too.
Excuse me.
We got dinner too, not only things. You can talk about
You're so kind. You should be my promoter. I love it. But anyway, so I talk about the how. I mean, Confucius said, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. You know, I remember the first day I came into America, we didn't know anything. Struggling with the language, we didn't know anything, how to drive and all that. You know, look at, but we have the will. You know, becoming an elected official, I am telling you from the bottom of my heart. I mean, that day, my whole family was sitting in the back of the city hall, with tears in eyes. I mean, I was crying. It's the highest honor. Even though city councilman is not a big deal. But you know, it's just from a political refugee to have and to be elected as city council. It's just beyond imagination. I couldn't believe I'm elected official, and sometimes when I walk in a room, people say, let's recognize politicians, and then people stand up. I didn't. And then I forgot that I was a politician. But I don't know why I hate being a politician. So be careful for what you hate, okay? Because I mean, that's got a law of attraction. Okay, and then you just find, and then there's several consulate office. And do you know what the function and mission of a consulate office? Mostly economic development. You know, when a consul general or ambassador come back to his home country, hey, what have you done? How many trade missions have you done? How many deals have you put together? Why don't you reach out to the consulate office and say, hey, how can I help? I mean, what do you need? What area? I volunteer when you have a delegation coming to towns. I put you on the bus. I show you where the hospital is. I know what the schools is. What service do you need? Volunteer. And sadly, people do not want to give in order to receive. You know, I volunteered several hours at the Great Haitian Partnership. I remember 16 years.